Look at these. They're a form of marigold, I think. My goodness. They're 3 meters tall. Such happy flowers. Smiling flowers, as May calls them. Well, I am in a bit of a quandary. And I don't know what to do. You saw the new land that we're looking at that May's put an offer in for. Well, they haven't answered the offer yet, so I suspect they're not going to. I suspect they're not going to accept it. Now, I could up the offer, give them the asking price. But that leaves me with the problem of selling this place, my home. And there lies the quandary. I love this place. Love the location, love the village. I mean, that location's great. It's still in the village, so there's no issues there. But we have spent this last, I don't know, close on 15 years, 18 years growing these trees, and we've grown lots of them from seed, berries that we've collected on our travels, or little saplings that we've bought at various markets, etc. So my quandary is, should I start again at the new place, or should I alter this place? There are little things I'd like to do here. I mean, we're set up, the infrastructure's fantastic. We've got electricity all around the garden, all around the plot. There's electricity right at the bottom. There's electricity up on the garden here. There's piped water right down the bottom, up the top and around the place. We've got the lighting. The garden is illuminated with these Victorian type lamps all the way down the drive. The gate and everything is illuminated. So we've got everything. I mean, the workshop garage here, which is extremely untidy, and I must get some discipline and sort it today. I'm gonna go in the corner and give myself a stiff talking to. Anyway, so got the aquaponics at the bottom, got the chicken sheds at the bottom. and all the fruit trees. So what do I want to change? Well, we've got 5 kilowatt of independent solar, a hybrid system. We've got our own borehole. And all these things I set up with one eye on a global catastrophe. I know some of you will think, oh, you're an old conspiracy theorist or what have you. But I can tell you this, Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. What do I want to change? Well, at the moment, my guest room is occupied by May's sister and the baby. I mean, it's an absolute joy, a pleasure having the baby here. But May and I do lose a lot of our own privacy in our own space. I mean, the storeroom is taken up with baby's clothes and baby things and etc, etc. The original workshop garage, this section, is 6.1 meters internal by 4.1 meters. Now then, this, because I've got the big garage workshop up there, it's on my mind to convert this into another bedroom, an ensuite bedroom. And I may, if I was staying here, which the jury's still out yet, but I would bring out a deck here at the floor level, bring out a deck going right across there, put a patio door in this window, so stepping out onto a deck, and then I might well go up to a higher deck, so it would mean altering the roof configuration up to a higher deck and build myself a platform up there, because there are times when, I mean, I've got fantastic views of the mountains from the studio, but there are just times when I'd like to get a bit more down the valley, so I am unsure. And then going back to why I did the aquaponics and the chickens and the veg beds and the different things that we've got, you wouldn't have to be Einstein to work out the world is going to, what do the Americans say, hell and back in a handbasket or something of that ilk. But yes, we are in extremely troubled times. I don't think it's any secret. You must have been living in a cupboard if you don't know that the world is heading towards phenomenal economic turmoil. And this has been coming for a long time with I mean, I've been going on about toxic debt for probably 8 or 9 years since I've been here. And, you know, successive governments have just kicked the can down the road, and it just couldn't go on. It's got to come to a halt, like a truck hitting a wall. And it's time to batten down the hatches, I think. It's time to draw in the horns, as they say, and batten down the hatches and prepare to repel all borders. Because you all know that I've prepped for a long time. We've got a lot of food in stock. We've got a lot of rice in stock. We've got lots of pastas. We've got lots of soups. We've got lots of cans. We've got lots of dry food. And then we've got the garden. And if you look at this vine now that's growing over this bougainvillea bush, doesn't look much, does it? However, this vine is absolutely chock full of passion fruit. Loads and loads and loads of passion fruit. I've said it before, there is no way on God's earth can we eat all the fruit that comes off this garden. Lots of it just rots, and lots of it just gets given away. The coconuts are prolific, and this is the first year that this one's had coconuts, but the others are fruiting. Loads of bananas, more bananas you can shake a stick at. Papayas, they grow like weeds here, papayas. Tamarinds. It's just phenomenal what the garden is 2 acres, and it's more than enough. The land is ours right the way down to the rice down there. It's our land, so I could sling a wall along there if I wanted to. This is a Thai motorbike trailer, and then that bag is a Thai tow bar. They bring the trailer up to the back of the seat, sit on the bag, and that's the Thai trailer hitch. Gotta love living here. Avocados. Again, this is the first year that this avocado tree has fruited, and it's done okay, done all right. I can see quite a few up there. The dragon fruit growing up that tree. This is Nok Rambatang. And no Thai garden will be complete without Thai limes. And I've got to say, as a Falang, as a foreigner, these Thai limes are far better than lemons. Far more juicy. They're tiny, but my goodness do they pack a punch. Bananas here. And I've said this before, and yeah, I'm going to repeat myself. I've said this before, and yes, I'm going to repeat myself. This coconut tree here, that's absolutely laden with fruit. That's the very first tree that I planted on this land when we bought it. I wanted coconuts. I've got loads now, but that was all those years ago.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Is it being sentimental? Or should I say off with the old and on with the new? If I planted coconuts on the new land, I probably wouldn't live long enough to see them fruit. This one is a different lime. This one's kaffir limes. They're really gnarly, knobbly limes. These are the ones that go in green curry, and these leaves go in a variety of Thai cooking. a papaya, a ripe papaya on, and this is a different variety of mango. We've got loads and loads and loads of mangoes, but don't be deceived. There's literally thousands of different varieties of mangoes, and we've got quite a few different varieties on here. Some of them fruit 3 times a year, and some of them fruit only once a year. A young friend of mine in the UK, young Mark, super lad, a lad I think a lot about, used to work with him, and Mark was saying it's surreal having bamboo growing in your garden. Well, of course, Mark comes from the Burnley region of Lancashire, so it would be surreal. Like some would think it's surreal having grapefruits grow in your garden, or jackfruits. This one is an Asian, oh, I forgot what it is. The birds, it's a soft fruit the birds love to eat. I'm not sure whether it's a fig or not. It's a fig or something like that. And of course the figs that Jeff grew were brought from Iran, are growing very well. But I think they're very slow growing, and I don't think that I will live to see those figs fruit. But we will see. Again, that's an old fruit that's gone. That's the longanberries. These two are 3 times a year fruiting mangoes. These two are good, different mangoes, and this one is a Mai-Fi. I mean, it's taken us a long time to get the birds to come on this land and trust us, if you like. You know, it's taken me years and years and years and years to attract the birds here, and I've not finished. I do want to take more. This is a fruit tree again. It's a small round fruit, yellow colour, that's very bitter to eat. The Thais love to eat it when they're drinking beer. The Thais love to eat anything when they're drinking beer. Now here is our weed patch, and growing in the weed patch is a couple of weed plants, a couple of ganjas. So there you go. What do you think? Should I bite the bullet, up the offer and secure the land, start again? Or should I batten down the hatches? You know, I used to work for a very large Jewish property company, and more bananas. And I enjoyed working with that company. It was in Manchester, and they used to have, well, they were Iranian Jews, so they had a million sayings. They had a saying for every occasion. Very funny, really. But one of the real sayings that they had, they would say, "It's cold outside," which meant that bad times are here or bad times are coming. It's cold outside, or it's getting cold outside. It gives me no pleasure But I knew I was right when I was talking about this years ago. This last 8 years, I knew I was right. I knew it was coming. It was obvious. It had to come. And these little velvet kernels are... Get one off, shall we? Look at that. They're Chinese chestnuts. Edible chestnuts. And the kernels are just like velvet. Yeah, it had to happen. It had to come. And with it will come not a recession. Recession will come. I think we're in recession already, but it's going to go into a depression, and it's going to be serious. It's going to be really serious. I think it's going to be catastrophic for many people, the likes of which we haven't seen in our lifetime. Again, I'm sorry to be a harbinger of doom, but better people say it and you can prep. If you haven't stocked food, for goodness sake, get stocking it. Don't tell me you can't afford to buy extra. I had a fellow working for me back in the mill, and I said to him, I'm not going to say his name, but I said, you need to dump debt. Get real. He said, how can I get rid of debt? You know, I've got 3 kids. And I thought, well, you buy yourself a pint bottle of vodka every night and 1.5 litres of Coke, you know, and that's not cheap in the UK. That'd be a good start. Rather than having a pint of vodka and 1.5 litres of Coke, you're better off buying probably 8 or 10 cans of even if it's only soup, you know. You know the chunky soup, like I mean in the UK it would be Heinz chunky big soup. One of those chunky soups over a bowl of rice, and you've got a meal for 2 or 3 people. One of those big chunky soups over a load of spaghetti. Again, you've got a meal for 2 or 3 people. You know, you don't have to be wealthy. You know, you can grow potatoes in a bucket. You know, you don't have to have a garden, but you can grow veg on a balcony. Go on YouTube and look at vertical gardening. You could put a load of vertical containers up a fence post or a gate post, and you could grow loads of lettuce in that. You know, there's a million ways of being economical with ground. You know, I mean, our little herb garden at the side of the house there, it's about 2 meters by 1.5 meters, and you can't believe what comes out of that. Herbs, tomatoes, peppers, it's unbelievable. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you answers in the comments what you think I should do. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.